Welcome to our reaction and review of Wandavision Episode 9. I'm Ollie.
I'm Christopher.
And let's just jump right into it. Chris, take off.
The episode begins right where it left off with Agatha threatening Wanda as she held a magical nooses around the necks of her boys Tommy and Billy. Wanda warns Agatha that she's free to use her powers outside of her lair, where Agatha's ruins prevented her from doing so, but Agatha doesn't mind. In fact, that's exactly what she wants. Agatha lets the kids go, and then they are told to run into the house by their mother Wanda before the two witches start duking it out. Agatha reveals that she can absorb Wanda's powers, making her powerful while Wanda gets weaker. Her hands start to turn black, as if all of her life has been sucked out of her. Then we get a shot of...
We get White Vision.
Yeah, White Vision.
White Vision being terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying because then Wanda looks to the side and, sees Vision. And for a second, I think she thinks that that's actually her Vision, as that Vision, starts to, caress her neck and her head. But then he starts to crush it, But then a few seconds later, the Westview Vision shows up and throws him into an RV, which explodes. Where White Vision is, he's very powerful. He walks away from the explosion, unharmed at all.
And then we get the Battle of the Visions. Which, again, they should be on equal footing because they're both powered by Wanda's magic. So, there was that. Then we get Agatha v. Wanda. Where she reveals that there was an entire page of the grimoire devoted to her. Take off, Chris.
Good. So then, Agatha leads Wanda into the city of Westview, where she says that she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme.
Which is weird, because that means Doctor Strange really isn't shit.
Right? Like, to be honest with you, the minute time she said that, I was hoping for Strange to appear and say, "You said what?"
Excuse me?
Then Agatha reminds Wanda that she's trapped, hundreds of ordinary folks, in the Hex. Herb, the old lady from the first episode, Dottie. Dottie, goes up to Wanda and says, I need to see my daughter, Sarah. She could, go to school with the boys, or she could be the school bully. Then all the people of Westview, go up to Wanda and confront her, where Wanda can't take it, and she hurts them in a way with her magic, but then she can't bear it anymore, so then she just stops the torturing for a while. But then we get we pan to Monica, who's being captured by Pietro Maximoff, wannabe Pietro, whose actor, he's his real name is Ralph Bowen.
Ralph,
like, come on,
Bowen. Oh, we got to the point where so we know her husband Ralph is Pietro, I guess.
It wanna be Pietro.
Ugh.
But then we see, Monica pins him down to the ground and snaps the necklace off him, which takes away his powers. But then that's pretty much it from Pietro this whole entire episode. We don't see him at all. And Marvel was messing with us. We were excited, hoping that this was the X-Men character from Fox, but it turned out to be a regular.
It was a red herring.
Then meanwhile, Hayward and his sword group sneak into Westview to try and neutralize Wanda. They arrive to confront her as she hugs her family. Isn't it? Which a few moments later, Hayward is pointing the gun at the kids, where Monica, jumps in the way, and then what happens?
And then we get the greatest thing that ever happened. We get freaking Spectrum. Monica going Super Saiyan. Which is just beautiful. I almost cried.
Yeah, you were screaming.
Oh, not in the boob! Oh, Spectrum! 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 Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Billy! Billy! Oh, what a beautiful sight.
When you see a shot of, Billy, he stops one of the bullets.
With his
and Monica looks like
It's like, oh, that's what Billy could do. That. Remind me not to mess with Billy.
William. William. So then we get, we pan to the Vision version, Westview Vision versus, White Vision in the library, where they're just, speaking for a while, and then Vision need to show you something.
They have an existential crisis with each other.
And then he, taps, the center of his forehead, and he remembers his origin story and the events of Age of Ultron up until Infinity War. Get shots of Ultron,
cool.
Thanos,
which was a very cool scene.
I liked it.
Yeah, he just.
Which I was hoping
disappears.
Then we get back to the main fight with Agatha and Wanda, where Wanda, Agatha keeps saying, "Oh, just give me your power, basically.
And the boys almost die. The Vision and the boys almost die because Wanda lets up the barrier.
When we get Agatha thought, she drained Wanda of all her power, but she didn't. She thought.
Wanda's like, nope, bitch, I am a god.
Where we get her, she starts to develop, her comic book accurate suit with which,
she truly becomes the Scarlet Witch, which is a beautiful.
The chili con carne right there.
Peak fiction.
Then towards the end, continue.
I would knee on the bed.
Knee on the bed.
And then towards the end of the fight, we get disrespect. Go ahead. Let him know what happens at the end of the fight.
The disrespect. What do you call it? So then Agatha's, drained of her power, and she's warning Wanda, like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's like, and Wanda's like, you know what? You're gonna stay here. I'm gonna do it. You're gonna stay here as the nosy neighbor. And she, warning Wanda, don't do it, don't do it. In the meantime, she does it. Agatha transforms into, I guess, her 70s look, and she's like, howdy, neighbor.
And she curses her to be stuck, just like she did with all the other people in Westview. She curses her to be to play a role, essentially.
But she's forever in that role.
Then we get the saddest scene in the movie, in the show. Basically a movie, where she has to say goodbye to Billy and Tommy.
She thanks them, once after, Vision and Wanda tuck them in bed. Wanda tells Billy, thank you for allowing you to be your mom. She was grateful for that.
Oh, what a sad scene.
So then Wanda's about to turn off the lights, which Vision's like, nope, I want to see you in the final moments being light, Then they're looking out into the window where Vision asks Wanda, what am I? Which Wanda says, you're part of the Mind Stone.
My grief.
Saying like he's like the blood, the bone. So then I was hoping for the final words for, Vision to be chile con carne, but instead it was like, so long, darling. But he
It's a
fades
lot
away.
souter.
And then we get Wanda walking off, and she meets up with Monica. Monica thanks her for what she'd done.
Then everybody was giving her the walk of shame.
Even Herb, damn.
Even Herb. No, hey buddy this time. It's just like, you bitch.
You bitch.
You bitch. Oh, poor Wanda.
Then you hear the police sirens, and then Wanda, takes off in her comic accurate suit. And that was it, and up until the mid-credit scene.
Which we just get Jimmy Woo taking charge, and then a scroll comes down and is like, oh, you gotta join Nick Fury for Secret Invasion, which is whatever, I guess. I don't care about that. Not really.
To be honest, I'm tired of the scrolls, at this point. Since, they already messed up what they were supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be evil. Instead we got, oh, we're nice. Whatever.
Then after that mid-credit scene, we get a shot of Wanda, similar to Thanos in Infinity War, like a cabin.
Mm-hmm. Which is ironic.
And then, yeah, because she was sitting down.
She did the same thing that the man that killed her husband. She rested.
Then the camera pans, to the hallway, which shows Wanda in her comic accurate suit doing magic with the book. But then we hear Tommy and Billy speaking, saying, "Mom, help us!"
And that's gonna be the plot of Multiverse of Madness. All right, you got any closing thoughts?
I like the episode. I just wish, Strange would have appeared at the end saying, Wanda, the multiverse is broken, you need to come with us.
I really thought it was going to be a big ass cameo, but it wasn't. I still like the idea.
Could you imagine if it was Doctor Strange and Charles Xavier?
Oh, that would have been good. That would have been freaking good.
That would have been great.
Cisco.
All right, Cisco, since you're here, give us your opinions of the episode.
Well, my thoughts were, I think it was a good finale, but I felt like it was a bit underwhelming. But only because Paul Bettany hyped it up with there being a Luke Skywalker type cameo in there.
Which was himself.
And it's just
I love how everyone's tweeting about White Vision.
And it's just him. No, Blah Vision. Blah Vision.
White Vision.
What? I mean...
He got defeated by facts and logic.
A battle of wits.
It was just Scott versus Nega Scott.
Hey man, you wanna get some coffee? Yeah, sure. I like how Nega Scott was just so nice. But yeah, Billy and Tommy got fucked up. Ralph is actually Pietro. Pietro's actually Ralph. That means that Agnes was raping Pietro.
Well, he was Ralph, not Pietro. He's just some dude.
Ralph Boner.
Boner. Overall, what would you give this episode, and or what are you? Say that again.
Overall,
that means that Agnes was having non-consensual sex with Ralph.
Probably. She need on.
It was Agnes all along.
She need on the bed with Ralph.
And they talked all that shit about him too. What the fuck, Agnes?
What a terrible, terrible woman.
It was Agatha all along. It was Agatha all along. But yeah, those are my full thoughts on the episode. Billy and Tommy are apparently still alive.
Yes.
Which is what I think is gonna lead into Multiverse of Madness. Wanda's gonna try and get them back, and then Strange's gonna be like, "Whoa, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And that's how we get into that. And then we're gonna get some lanky teenage girl is gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm America Chavez." That's what I think is gonna happen in Multiverse of Madness. Is that it for y'all?
I think so. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you agree or disagree, don't forget to comment in the comment section. Yeah.